Afrobeats Intelligence podcast.
Afrobeats Intelligence, democratizing African music.
So you said something about being quirky.
Yeah, I think I'm a weird person, but not like strangely weird. I don't show that part on social media, but I want to.
But you do show that part.
Just a little bit. It's more.
Have you seen how you look?
And no, with fashion, of course. But like personality-wise, I mean.
What would be different if you showed that part compared to what's happening now?
I feel like I'm showing a cool side to me. There is a reserved cool, which is me. I'm not like faking anything. But there's also the very playful part of me. Like that was my nickname as a kid. And play. I didn't understand what they were saying because that's just me. I'm just being me. So I'm a very playful person, and if I show that part, I feel like people can relate to me better. They'll find me funny in a way. They'll feel closer, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how can you be sure of that when is that the same thing that happens in real life? Yeah. When people see other parts of you,
they feel the guard is down. So to speak. If I'm just chilling, there's the resting face. It's not my fault. I don't like to smile that much. It hurts my face if I smile too long. No, genuinely.
Does it really hurt?
It does. My cheeks and the back of my neck. If I smile for too long, it will hurt me. So there's no point. So I like to be just straight. But when I'm playful, it's like it's a different person, and they're like, "Ooh, okay." They're like freer with me. Yeah.
Does it have a switch, like an off and on switch?
Does it? I don't know. I'm just me.
Are you intentional in how you deploy this part of you?
In real life or with music?
In real life.
No. I'm just doing what I want. Like, if I want to, I think it's based on what I want. Like, if I want to be calm, if I'm feeling calm, then I'll be calm. If I want to be playful, then I just go with the vibe, really, and the person's energy.
Being quirky in a space like the music industry, a space that demands that you have multiple ways, you present yourself a specific way, stick to something specific, and hammer it repeatedly until it sticks. Where does quirkiness come in?
I think initially I had this conversation with my manager, Excel, and he was like, don't act too far from yourself. Like, don't be something you're not, because it will fall apart at some point.
Yeah. So
I feel like that entered my head, and I really marinated on it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not ready to be something else. The world will accept me. The music is good. I'm being intentional. I'm doing everything. I'm putting the work in. It's not my quirkiness that will change anything. You guys will like it. And if you don't like it, it's fine. So
That's a very cool way to approach it, because I do believe in being yourself. Because I think the essence of art, especially when you're expressing, is to express from within, to express the self. And so when you sing and it's yourself, and then you try to give a visual identity to it and it looks different, I think there's a disconnect. And the world can see it.
I have a duality to me, so I need people to understand it. It will come out. Like, I can't hide it forever. I'm cold, and I can also be fiery and playful, and yeah.
But that's a cool thing. And then within the space, when you navigate the space, the music industry, you also discover that it's an industry that's filled with very quirky people.
Somewhat. I think people they usually have like a second face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they're outside, when they're, professional settings, they're always like, But like when you get to know them a little more, you can see that, for you to be a creative in any way, there is something very odd, nicely odd about you. So, yeah.
And do you think, from what you've experienced so far, do you think we all are very cognizant of that as a collective? We all are very cognizant of that and make allowances for that, for each other?
I I think yes and no. Yes, because I think the crew here, they're very receptive of me just being me. But then there are some people who might look receptive, but in their head they're like, maybe you should act this way. They have like a preconceived notion, like, oh, this is how an artist should act, or this is how an artist should be. You know, I think that also plays in their mind. So I think yes and no. Depends on the person.
I've been in this space a lot for a number of years, and I've seen people who have come out and they have presented something with the music, and when they present themselves to the world, it's something it's an extremity on the other side. I've also seen people who you could tell that it's forced. The people that you catch in their private moments, and they aren't anything what they're selling.
Yeah.
And those ones can navigate. But I think the sweetest spot are the people who are themselves. So whatever they tell you in the music is who they are, what they are, how they are, why they are. And that's why I think the public connects heavily.
Subconsciously, actually. It's not like they're like, they just feel it. It's a feeling. And to see that they can feel something like that without seeing you physically. Yeah. Just a video you post, they can feel it. Just the music you do, they can feel it. It's very powerful. That's why I feel like, I'm not ready to wear a mask. You're going to see the quirky nose. Yeah. So
last night was interesting. So you're talking about, how people are outside and how they're inside. And it's two different people. I've only ever met you outside. Outside. Is there something you wear outside that's different from what's inside?
I think when I'm outside, I'm stressed. Okay. That's one. Because I'm probably trying to find the place. The place we've been is like events. So I'm most likely running late because African time will confuse you. Yeah. And me safe. I'm not the greatest time manager, but I'm either stressed or I'm just looking for somebody, or I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to post soon? I'm just a lot is happening in my head, but I'm much more reserved. That's just the calmer side to me outside. I can't be doing funny. Some people would just be like, is this one okay? You get. But like, I'm calmer, and then if I see that, we have that small string of quirkiness, I'm like, oh, okay, let's show it. Yeah, cool.
Something else that the industry took from me, I like to say it took from me, I allowed the industry to take from me. So I used to be a stand-up comedian. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, it was beautiful. Just humor, just...
How long did you do that for?
I did that a number of times in like secondary school, university.
Oh, mother.
I just knew how to make people laugh. And then I came to Lagos, I did it a bit. And then when I started getting like my stripes in music publicly, I'm like, I don't think people would take the words of I don't think people would really rate a comedian that's also a media journalist. And so I'm like, I like music too much to allow comedy to do the work. So I'm just a funny guy to my people. Yeah.
That makes sense. And even though you would have like a valid argument or opinion on music, people would just be like, look at this comedian. Do you get? Like, it's just something, it's just the mind, man. They're just going to always apply it. So I get that idea.
And last night you were outside, yes. And thank you. You gave me the honor of being your host at your EP
Akan
listening.
is whining me. Please.
No, but that's what it is. I felt honored to host your event.
Honored to have you. So what is happening here? Honor for honor.
Yeah, we're getting honor for honor. Oh no. But it was fun, and I connected with a lot of the things you said, because you were very open about your reasons for making the project and your contributions to it, why it came to be. And something else I couldn't notice was how, you might talk about being outside and having to, edit a version of yourself for the public. But something about yesterday was very vulnerable. You were speaking from your heart. At some point you were talking and then you were touching your chest. And I'm like, oh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes. Yes, there are songs, like when I'm writing them, they usually have to leave me. I prefer it that I'm left alone when I'm writing.
Why?
I just feel like I flow freer by myself. I can laugh at myself. I can, there's no judgment with myself. So it's free. I can try different things without anybody interrupting me. And then in the studio, music is very spiritual. Like it is. It really is. You might think it's just vibes and not you. I mean, people. Yeah. You might think it's just vibes and all that, but it's really spiritual. Even when you're making it, the people around you, I feel their energy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you understand I feel them. So I prefer to be alone, So that's just me. It flows better for me. So when I write these songs, I'm channeling everything that I'm thinking about that I want to pass across. So when I'm with the puzzle, I told you I write in puzzles. Like I can have the second verse first verse last. So it's me really sitting down with the music and being like, what do I want to say? And tapping into like my memories, my experiences, the experiences of my friends, my family, and just trying to bring that out. So the songs that I wrote, everything is deep for me. Everything, especially Psycho Must Break. Yeah.
Especially Psycho Must Break.
Especially Psycho Must Break.
But with Psycho Must Break was a great record.
Yeah.
But this thing about creating alone by yourself, and while you talk about, so I'm very interested in how you say you can feel people. How does that come to you, having to feel people? What does that mean?
So it really depends on the person. Like some people I feel like you can feel their anticipation. You can feel they just want to hear, oh yeah. That energy is not the best for me. I've learned to work around it. I've recorded with different people, so like no problem. But like I prefer that you are either very calm, comfortable with my process. You're not gonna stress me out unnecessarily, because I'm very open to opinions from people. Like, oh, I think you should change this, and if it makes sense to me, I'm like, okay, no problem. So I'm very open to that. So I just need people who are on that same wavelength. And if you are a very restless person in terms of, oh, you just want to hear, and you're not calm, you're not patient, because when I write, I'm writing the full song. I'm not doing vibes.
Yeah.
Then fixing it. I'm writing the full song. So that would take some time. If you do the math, it's the same as vibing and fixing in the words. So let me write. So I don't like interruptions and restlessness, so to speak. Yeah.
Then how about the path of vulnerability here? So I do a level of creativity.
A level.
Yeah, a level.
A level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Humility. A
Well,
level.
I do a level of creativity. Some of it. And one thing I like to do it in the dead of the night.
It's better.
Yeah, when the world does not make demands of me.
I'm telling you.
I don't have people.
People are not moving around. There's no stress. There's no.
Yeah. And you can hear yourself. And I dare to say you can hear God. Yeah, in the stillness of the night. And when you're creating, my creativity feels like a learning process. Because when you try new things and you don't hit it, your humility kicks in, your ego takes a beating, you become a student again. And it's such an insanely personal process. I wouldn't want people to witness that.
Yo, we have things in common. I'll be telling you. Like this, as you're talking, you're like, that's me. You get me? Like, that's why I said I'm freer with myself. Like, if something does not work, I can just laugh at myself and it's like, okay, it's fine. Somebody else might just be like, if they tell me like, oh, that doesn't go, it's going to be like, oh, shit. Like, oh, I wish it went though, Yeah. But like, yeah, I prefer to be on my own. It's just, you're just on your own. Like, you get to balance back or bounce back if you don't get something right faster when you're on your own. But yeah, you also need to work with people. So I just knew how to get that right. So wherever I am, I'm good. So if I'm not feeling the energy, if there are like 15 people in the room, I know how to center myself back and just stay in my bubble, my cute little bubble. Yeah.
That's a superpower.
It is.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
think
my
it's
cousin told me, and I was like,
yeah, it's
no.
superpower. The ability to compartmentalize and self-center and stay present within yourself. That's a big superpower.
Okay.
And so for Kaution EP, beautiful project.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I got to listen to it before it was made public.
I heard.
Yeah, and while listening to it, I was like, oh my God. Each song I'm like, next song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while I know you say you're a fusion artist, but prior to this, the understanding I have of you and your art is you skirt along the more
R&B leaning in it.
yeah. Yeah, you lean R&B.
Yeah. I fused R&B. There were elements of dancehall, but it wasn't the most in your face type thing. But R&B was, should I say, in the front seat, the driver.
Yeah.
And dancehall was like in the passenger, and there was also Afro pop in the back seat. You get like that's how I see music, kind of. It's a car, and there's always a genre in front. For some people, it's just once. For some people, it's two. For me, it's a lot. It's a van. This is a truck, bro. So, but when I was starting, R&B was just, should I say, easier for me. Like, I grew up mimicking and imitating a lot of the R&B artists because I was so intrigued by riffs and runs and, you know, all those melodies they did. But dancehall resonated with my soul as a child when I didn't know what they were saying.
What was interesting about dancehall?
The vibe. Bro, like Sean Paul at the time when I heard him, see, I can't really explain this thing to you, but like, I just know that when I first heard it, I was just moving. Like, I was like, okay. It's just a vibe. Like, I love the flow. I love the energy, the aggression. I'm like, I was 6 years old or 7.
Yeah, but it connected with you.
But I connected and it stayed with me. So, dancehall really is a playful, my playful side and the side of me that likes to explore, show off. That's how it comes out. Yeah.
Well, the nature of dancehall is hyperactivity. And you're hyperactive.
A little bit. Yeah. a little bit.
So when you say R&B was the driver for this, you used R&B and, dancehall was this. I like to break it down. So would you say you brought your R&B core?
Yeah.
And then what powered it in terms of like instrumentation was dancehall?
In for the previous works?
No, for this one.
For this one. Yeah, my core at the end of the day, I don't know if it's R&B. I think R&B was just a starter.
Yeah. That's
why I like to say I'm a fusion artist because a couple years from now, dancehall will not be the driver.
For real?
I'm so serious. I can make anything. There are artists that say I can make anything. I'm not joking. Like
you can make anything.
I'm not joking. I told Excel, and every time I make a genre
So for those who don't know, just a bit,
okay.
not to cut you, but just to give context.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Excel is a beautiful friend of mine. He works closely with Kold. He manages her. He's also an A&R. He's a great music exec. He's currently the senior A&R manager for AWOL, the Sony affiliated music company for Africa, West Africa. And so, yes, really accomplished. And yeah, so when you hear Excel, this is the person.
I should have given context. I'm so sorry. You did a better job. Yeah. So
yeah, your manager Excel, you were telling him.
You can literally ask him. I don't know if you ever have him on this podcast, but ask him whenever you see him. I think I bust his head too. Do you get? I bust my own head. Do you get? I've made pop, like American pop records, and it was good. I will play for you. Don't worry. After this, I'll play for you. I've made
American pop records,
like a pop, full-on pop,
without a smidgen of Nigeria.
Not a single thing. I can blend into genres. Like that's why I also want to get into songwriting. I used to be a songwriter, like full-on, but like now that I have a publisher, I'm signed to Native and Cobalt. I want to write for people. There's a side of me that is for people, like to write for people. I can do anything. So I know that my music is something that will always change and
Yeah.
evolve. But you would know it's me.
But change is good.
Yes, of course.
Especially in music. I think change is the most... Music is fluid. Culture
Yeah, it is.
is fluid. Forever changing, forever in motion. I feel like culture is a bit of a carousel.
Yes,
It just keeps in front of you. An infinite carousel. And when I think of the people who have stayed the longest here, they're the people who have evolved the most. With their fingers on the pulse, of course, because I've seen people evolve and go the other way and hit the cemetery, the creative cemetery, I mean. But I've seen people evolve and they still stay on the zeitgeist, the spirit of the times. And those are the ones that stay the longest. And so when you talk about them, you could speak about them in eras.
Exactly.
So you think of Wizkid, you have multiple eras of Wizkid. You think of Davido, multiple eras. Think of Burna Boy. Eras.
Different eras.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one with the eras too.
I trust.
Yeah.
And this is also nice.
Oh, thank you. This is
Nice.
some merch.
I got this yesterday from you.
Sorry, let me. Okay, Kaution. Will it be mirrored? I hope not.
I
Kaution.
hope not. So this is a Kold
And my name.
and her name. Yeah, I think it's amazing. It's a silly thing to have.
I love it.
A silly, funny thing.
Yeah, I wanted to give somebody people's stuff, and I was like, I don't know what to give them. And it was such a short notice. I didn't know I was only listening until like early this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I need to do something. And then I entered the market. I'm a Yaba girl. Yaba and Baluk markets. So I went to the integration and I got something. I was like, let's give it a cute little scarf, you know?
Yeah, it's nice.
Put something, just put something there.
Yeah,
you know?
it's cute. It's nice. It's silly. I love it.
I know. Keep it so.
I will. For forever and ever.
Oh.
So, when you're making all of these records, you are moving through different expressions of self, different expressions of what's within you. How fluid is that? Do you have to context switch a lot? By context switching, do you have to inhabit a new energy, or how do you move through them?
Through the different themes and topics?
Yeah, the different thing, not even the topics and themes, because you might center on love and you can express love across multiple genres.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dancehall might tell you,
Do it this way.
yeah, dancehall is a bit more cunty.
I'm crying. But dancehall can actually, that's why I'm doing this. Like, dancehall is more than that. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like there are ways. Music, as you said, is fluid.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be one way. It really doesn't. So dancehall has a lot of, should I say, potential in terms of.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up your music.
Oh, okay. In terms of how the themes can be explored, it doesn't have to be risque or raunchy. It could talk on serious things. I was using dancehall to talk about serious topics on here. Like you would know it's dancehall.
So a song like 10 Toes Down, what was in that song?
What genres and what the...
No, not the genre, the message.
The
like
message,
the what were you saying in 10 Toes Down?
So 10 Toes Down, I've said this in a couple spaces, but yeah, everybody has been through a lot, but like I've also been through my own share of life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they see me, they're like, oh, you look like a rich kid. You look like a trust fund kid. Stop. Let it end today. I'm not. Like the way I went through life, God just covered my shame and the shame of my family. So
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Lagos. I'm a Delta girl, but I grew up in Lagos through Leary.
What part?
Yeah,
Just Surrey.
around Shita, like I don't want to say the name of the street, but it's around Shita, small London, basically.
Yeah, shit is an interesting neighborhood.
It is an interesting neighborhood. They will just shoot something, and everybody just bed down and just be like, okay, we're done. And they'll continue like nothing happened.
Did that happen often?
Yeah, it did, especially in the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
but at night you guys are already lying down.
Yeah, but like we'll go down just in case, Just,
So you go lower.
Yeah,
You roll off
floor.
the bed.
It wasn't the most, what was the word? It didn't happen as often, but like when it did, we're like, okay, it's time to go to the Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I went through a lot of things, and I don't know like what I've gone through, and I just wanted to focus it on the people who, when they had the chance to be the bigger person, when they had the chance to help, and it wasn't like I was being entitled or anything. They were just in a higher position. I noticed that people, when they're in higher positions, they tend to do rubbish. So they just treated me very horribly.
Do you think
Very
do you think it's a function of being of the ego?
I don't know what it is. I just know that power affects people differently. And if you want to act the better way or the good way, it's a very conscious choice, and it's the harder choice. It's the harder thing to do, to handle power correctly. It's easier to do the wrong thing. It's easier to just let loose. Because I feel like learning and doing bad things is easier, low-key. I think it is. Doing good things is hard. So, yeah. Point is, 10 toes down, it was a message to them. You did me bad. You pushed me down. But I will always stand up. No matter what you did to me, no matter what you do to me. Because I don't think people are going to stop pushing me down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I'm always going to stand up. I have God on my side. I'm patient. I'm ready. My mind is right. Even if it's not right, I'll get back on track. It's just resilience, really. That's what that song is about.
That's a word that came up last night too.
Indeed.
Resilience.
Yes, it's very common in the project.
Do you know how much resilience is seen as such a positive trait to have? The ability to rebound or withstand.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But every time I see a person with resilience, I have resilience, a lot of it. So I can connect with you when you say you've gone through things, because I didn't grow up in the best ways. Horrible childhood.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've done good work with it. So, and so resilience, when it's isolated in itself, it's a positive thing for a person to have. Oh, that lady has resilience. Or in Pidgin, they'll say, that person gets strong head. Or need a agree.
Yeah.
But
There's a bad side to it.
not even the bad side. I like to think of the etymology of it, the origin of that resilience. I think it's a function of its nurture.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think resilience, most of the resilience I see, it's a function of nurture. And by nurture, I mean you've been exposed to repeated instances where you'd have to like adapt and generate resilience as a quality to survive. And so when people say resilience, I see, using therapist speak, I see trauma.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a darker...
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but like, I mean, you wouldn't have to be resilient if you were not getting pushed down or getting a lot of pushback or pain. It's a product, I guess, of the trauma. Yeah, but there's also a bad side. I was saying the bad side in terms of Nigerians.
In what sense?
Because we not agree in terms of, if they are pushing us to the wall, we'll break the wall and keep. You understand? Like that's a common saying with us. But at the same time, there has to be a point where we're like, no, we're actually not green, but like we're not going back. We're not breaking the wall, but we're not green for this. You understand? I feel like we have had chances to do that, and the fear of death and the very heavy need to preserve, self-preservation, we have it. It's almost too bad, because at the end of the day, if you want change, there will be loss. Yeah. Sounds like a very heavy conversation to have, but...
No, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You even like everyday life, you sacrifice something for something.
To get something.
Yeah. And the higher the level of what you want, the higher the sacrifice. Yeah. Like, for example, now you're sitting across me now, we're having a conversation. I don't think it gives you as much pleasure as hugging your best friend.
Okay. How you mean?
I mean, you could be doing 1,000 things.
Yeah.
Like hugging your best friend.
Yeah.
But here you are. So there's an opportunity cost to this.
Oh, I get you now. I was a little lost, but like I got you now.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity cost
true.
to this. So when you think of that in terms of sacrifice, for us to achieve something, for us to go against the system and challenge something bigger than ourselves, then we should be ready to give up ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, we should, truly. But like, everybody just wants to live, and I get it. I do. But like, you can't keep complaining and do nothing and just want to run away. It's just, what's the word? Disingenuous. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't like talking about this. You always piss me off, right?
Yeah, I know. I get the same thing because I just lost a friend to the UK.
Huh?
To the UK.
Oh, he traveled.
Yeah.
Everybody's leaving.
Yeah, so I just lost a friend to the UK, and
that's interesting.
I haven't. Yeah, I say it as a loss because I'm still here.
Yeah.
And losing a friend in that manner means my community has dwindled.
Yeah. You're not gonna really see them again, like for a while.
Yes, and even if you see them, it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
So yes, I see it as a loss. I'm happy for them, but I also mourn. The loss of that. With Kaution EP, you say resilience flows through the project.
Yeah.
Why was it such a overarching theme?
Because you said we should not be answering with because first and second.
See, bro.
I'm joking. Anyway, it was overarching because that's a feeling I most relate to. And I can't lie, I'm singing these songs for myself as well.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm 100% there in terms of my mind is strong and I can do this and I'm like, ready. Sometimes the music is me speaking it into, like if I see it or I hear it as if it's like I'm hearing it, if it's an auditory experience and I made it. It's like encouragement for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to always go back to it and be like, hear yourself, see what you talk, because there is a part of me that is also very strong. But like life do be beating us up sometimes and you get weak. So in those times, I want to look at my own songs for motivation and inspiration. So it's something I relate to and I need it because, entering the music space, I feel like for the outside onlookers, it seems easier. It seems fun all the time.
Yeah.
It's not. You're giving your heart, your soul, your spirit. It's a very spiritual, very holistic sacrifice that will not pay off for a while. So it takes a toll on your mental, and I need songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can keep going. Yeah. There's a lot riding on this.
True. And I understand it because it is your life.
Not just my life,
And the lives of other people who have invested in it. Yeah. So isn't having to create with the knowledge of this, with the knowledge that the weight of this knowledge, that you're not just doing this for yourself, you're doing this for a number of people that are connected to you, both in terms of business, in terms of family, in terms of friendship, or even fandom also. There are a lot of people. Isn't that the weight of that, doesn't it impact the creativity?
No, not for me.
Okay.
Because, I know where I'm coming from. I know what I've gone through. Like, especially the people who I have the most in mind are my mom, my brother, my immediate family. Like, we have gone through so much. Do you understand? And I feel like if it's me or my brother or my mom, everybody is going with the mind that we're trying to change our lives.
Yeah.
So they are the closest, they're the people that in my head, the first thing I think about. So it's, if anything, it helps me stand up faster. It's like, you can't afford to. You just can't. It's stressful because I don't have any time or enough time to be like, let me just, I'm like always going. but like I'm also like, yeah, it's exciting in terms of what I can do,
Yeah.
what I can achieve, and how their lives would, like I think of that and I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I'll keep going. So my mom, my immediate family, and the people who believe in me very closely, like Excel, like the person he mentioned, there's Diola Jaisimi, who's also a friend of Excel, and
Diola.
He manages Joe Boy as well. There are people, so many people who I have seen that they are pouring their own life and spirit, soul, everything, money, time, resources into me. I can't give up.
Yeah.
I just can't.
So in a manner of speaking, you say this music that you create, it also has like self-utility. You use it for yourself.
Yeah.
And one thing you've been very clear about is that you use it to beam back your light at yourself.
Yeah.
So your music is a store of like personal light.
Yeah.
So in moments when maybe you aren't in touch with your light, maybe because of the vagaries of existence, or maybe...
I like how you talk.
Oh, thank you.
The English, it just reminds me of, when I used to check the dictionary for stuff, I'm like, damn, somebody's actually using the words. That's good. It's not wasting.
Thank you. So the vagaries of existence, or when sorrow or any of the emotions, the high impact emotions that, occlude your light from yourself, that songs like this, songs that you have made, serve as a means to beam it back at yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I have the same thing, but I think it resides in the people around me.
Oh, yeah?
So yeah, I think the people around me, they serve as a store of my light.
Aw, same actually.
Yeah, and so in the moments where I can't feel myself, or I can't connect with the thing that makes me tick, or the very center, I can't even center myself.
Yeah.
They are the ones that'll tell you, "Oh, no baby Joey."
I'll cry. They will bring you back. People,
They
never.
will beam it back at
Yeah,
you.
they would. Yeah, I also have that, but I listen to myself a lot.
Yeah.
Like I think I was one of my top. I think I was the top listener on Apple Music myself. Me. Yeah. Sounds fun. Please, I'm not narcissistic.
You're getting high on your supply.
Yeah, bruh. I just like it. Like, do you get? And I'm also trying to learn what I should change or do better.
Yeah.
And I'm just feeling myself like, oh, okay. He's getting stable. You understand? So I am a top listener. So I know that what I'm taking in is very important. And yeah, songs that would uplift me would help me. So my songs serve different purposes. I say purposes.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Another thing that, still within this train, another thing that I enjoy that music does for me also is it serves as a marker for time. So every time I hear Kanye West, Ultralight Beam,
You remember when...
of the life of Pablo, I see myself in the front seat. The image just gets to me in the front seat of a vehicle somewhere in Benin Republic.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Okay, like the time markers.
Yeah,
in your
I
life.
was in the front seat.
Same.
I was in Benin Republic.
I used to say this thing. Yeah, there are songs that remind me of time periods of my life. I love it. They're like very memorable songs. I want my songs to be like that.
Yeah. So for a record like Mayana,
Yeah.
where you're just saying, hey, have fun.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Where does a trait like resilience sit within escapism or hedonism?
Okay. Because I know somebody will ask me this too. But like it goes because when you're being resilient and you're saying you're never giving up and you're fighting for your life and you're like, I'm not gonna rest on my oars, there is a downside, at least for me.
Yeah.
And for the people I've seen. Because if you keep going, keep working, and there is no time that you take for yourself just to pause. Do you get me?
Yeah. We're having one of the crew members cough.
I'm worried about you.
Yes,
But
I am. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so you need that time where you just pause. I think it's very necessary for every human. You know, if you're rich, that means you're probably very busy and there's almost no time for anything but business and making more money. If you are poor, you are thinking of how to make the money. You are going hard. It's like whether you are rich or poor, depending on your status, it doesn't matter. You need to pause. The human body cannot take that much strain.
Yeah.
Body no be firewood. Do you understand? You need to calm down. So it's like it's like remedying the downsides to being 100% resilient all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a refractory period.
Yeah, calm down sometimes.
So Mayana is where you find your relaxation.
Yeah, I like to have fun whenever I can. So yeah.
How did you make that?
How did I make it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's not like we knew that the song would talk about something like that, but we knew that we wanted happy chords, uplifting chords.
Yeah.
And I don't know, songwriters can relate. When you're writing, sometimes the first word that comes to you is going to be related to the theme sometimes. And Mayana was the first word that came to me, as in the Spanish word, but spelled differently. And I was like, oh, I think that means tomorrow. And I was like, how can I tie that in? And then I checked my notes. I told you I had a list of themes I wanted to touch on. And
A list of themes.
yeah, I told you yesterday. Okay,
Yeah, you did. No, I heard you.
Yeah.
When you mean a list of themes, they're written down.
Yeah, I write themes down on my notes, and there are themes I want to touch on. And then there were themes that are like kind of, they can be tied together. And feeling of finding, escaping
Yeah.
after being so strong
Yeah.
was under it. And I was like, yeah, I think this is what we would tie to. Yeah.
And when you talk of escape and, letting your hair down
Yeah.
and embracing ease and pleasure and all of that, there's a part of me, especially in at times when I've had to like let my hair down and say, hey, at least just take your foot off the pedal and coast. I don't think I fully enjoy it.
Why? Because your mind is...
Yeah. I still feel the pangs. I still feel the intrusive thoughts with, oh my God, you've got work.
To do this. Yeah.
Oh my God, you gotta do this. So last weekend, I'll give you an example. So last weekend I was... Judah, please. Just text him. So last weekend, I and my partner, we had gone for an event to watch Odumodu Black perform at the Trace Live. And we've had such a torrid time at it. So we moved into a new apartment, tied our lives together, and we've done a lot of work building a home, fixing it together, having to navigate like professional commitments while still domesticating each other, while still, maintaining desire, all of that. And that evening, when we were done, a couple of us said, hey, let's go over to Element House. Element House, for those who don't know, Element House is an EDM show, electronic dance music, where you go and foreign DJs just play music all night. There are no chairs. You stand, you bop your head, and you just drink. And so we got down there and we're like, oh God, instead of staying here and spending all this money, because you have to spend money, why don't we just go home and throw it into something else? And while we were walking towards the car, a part of me is just like, no, we ball.
I'm crying. Yo, that could be a hashtag. No, we ball.
No, we ball.
We ball.
We ball.
Oh my God. See.
As I made the U-turn, we went back in and we had the time of our lives. Everything that was available were in there. The music took a new meaning. Everything for the first time. Because I had conditioned myself that we ball. I actually balled.
It It's a mind thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a mind, like, I feel like it's just, if you're somebody who doesn't have self-control, this thing would worry you. I understand the fear, like, oh, we could put this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you can. But will you die?
No, and interestingly, I like to think the universe listens to you. Because the universe is like, because you have balled, I will ball you.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Yeah, that's what happened. So between then and now, we made like 5 times what 5 to 10 times what we spent that evening.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really think,
So after balling, the universe is like, because you have balled. You know how the Igbos say, if a man says yes, his chi, his personal God, says yes too. So I think because we say we ball, the universe has said, yes, you ball.
No, I got you.
I'm
balling you too. Yeah, I really believe in that. I just feel like so far you're doing it responsibly.
Of course.
You're not spending bare money
No,
anyhow.
No.
Having fun responsibly. You need it. Like, once you set your mind that you need it, just have fun. If you're able to get into that, it would help replenish your mind.
Yeah.
Because your mind needs to rest.
True.
It's always on go time. You will break down. There will be times when you see yourself not being as creative. It's because you have not rested. You've always been, it's always been on. The light has always been on. You need to calm down. Just chill. Take a break. A little bit.
Yeah.
It will not kill you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So now, when in doubt, we ball.
We ball. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, when in doubt, we ball.
Need to use that. I'm gonna use it. Yeah.
So it's such a beautiful theme. And so Mayana speaks to that.
100%.
We ball.
Because I'm somebody that used to. So, I think there was a period in my life when I used to I just want to keep going, work, and I saw that my creative blocks were getting higher.
Yeah.
You know, I felt more tired.
You were burned out.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have fun. I like to play. What am I doing? Just have fun. Pick out one day, half a day. It will not kill you. And you get back and you also plan your time well. You get things done still.
I also believe like your periods of play serve as a great inspiration.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm heavily in belief. I know I've gotten like crazy ideas for work. I've gotten crazy ideas for things. In the middle of having fun, I might be whining, and this thing will just maybe I don't know if it's neuroplasticity. Let's go.
Yeah, after the carnival, I went to London recently. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
First time out of the continent.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to me and God. Yeah. Give me some. Yeah. So first time out of the continent, and I went for the carnival, the Notting Hill, yeah. I went for the carnival. It was crazy. And then I went for the after party by what's their name? Homecoming.
Oh, nice.
I was having fun on my own. No, nobody was there with me. I just sat down, ordered their Jamaican food, and there was this sound that the DJ was playing, and I made music later on based on that sound. Like, it inspired something. I was like, oh, let me record this. Man. And I continued eating. I was like, yeah, I got something noted. Yeah. So true. Very true.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot of the time when I'm in my highest moments where I have no care in the world, when I am devoid of ego, and all I'm just allowing flow through me is just joy and passion and
energy.
Energy. Yeah, that's it. It's energy. Being active.
You guys know the
And being active in those moments, it feels like I hit parts of myself that I don't normally hit on every other day. And in that space, that exhilaration, a lot of good things flow through me.
Yeah. Easy, pure.
Yeah.
It's very pure. So inspiration will hit you, definitely. I feel like it would hit you. Inspiration hits you in different places.
Yeah.
But when you're having fun, it's like you're more receptive, I think.
Yeah.
For some people. No. Yeah.
365.
In a year.
That's a good one. I think we're having too much fun at this.
No. Do you guys think we're having too much fun?
Yeah,
Nobody's
I think so.
I don't think so. I'm having fun. I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. And so 365
In a year, sorry.
In a year.
Sorry.
What were you trying to tell us?
Yeah.
That's the opening track on Kaution EP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to scatter the place, to be honest with you. I had fun making that song. That was the last song I made for the project. And I told you now, yesterday when I was referencing that they were like, oh, we need to finish and submit so that there will be time for mixing, mastering. And I was like, it's not ready. I'm not a troublesome person. I'm not a problematic person. You guys, listen to me. This thing is not ready. There's one more track.
How do you know when you make music that it is incomplete?
I don't know. I feel like for me, when I'm making an EP, because I am trying to be very intentional on what I do, I like themes centered around, and I like energies in terms of the music. Like, what energy does this give you? I felt like I needed a very heavy song in terms of energy. Like, that would really tie in the theme of the name Kaution, the energy. I felt like every song had their own energy, but I needed one like that. And I feel like I hadn't gotten it. And so I was like, yeah, I need a very heavy song. And that would be the first song that's opening everything up. And when I made 365, I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
It hits you. It's a bit of like it's a jump scare, but it's a good jump scare. The type of, it'd be like, maybe your friend or your sibling surprises you. And like, I'm home. And you're like, ah!
Yeah, so you're happy and you're like, oh, yeah, exactly. That's really
that's the end. That's how I felt when I played the first time.
That's what I wanted.
365 in a year.
You.
Steady grinding.
365 in a year. Building my syndicate.
Okay.
I get no holidays. I do though, just a little bit, but I'm always working. Yeah. That song basically is me bigging up myself in terms of I know what I can do. I'm the only one that really knows my potential at the end of the day, apart from God. Yeah. And then there's also the I don't want to say resilience again. I'm looking for another word, but like I'm just
use tenacity.
Tenacity.
Yeah, we said we try.
Yeah, you understand. So I'm like, yeah, I'm at this, and I'm never stopping. No matter what anybody says, I'm going to get there. There's hard work, there's consistency, there's God, there's favor. I'm going to get there. So I'm just talking my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. And having to create from such a personal place. You know, you talk about yourself, maybe in the themes that you share with the world. You capture your essence every day. And with music, from what I know about music and the times that I have worked on music, there's no, unlike people who can compartmentalize, where they would say, hey, today I'm going into this office and for 5 hours I'm going to be a robot.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I didn't know people do that.
Yeah, for 8 hours I'm just going to be a robot, where I add ones and zeros, maybe arrange files, or maybe coordinate or be a boss or something. And then when I'm out of there, I am back to being a happy-go-lucky guy. Yeah, people do that.
Not me.
Yeah, some people, no, I know it's not you, but like...
My mom she didn't know. She wanted me to do a 9 to 5.
For real?
Yeah. And then one day it just clicked. She was like...
What 9 to 5 was she interested in?
Law. I studied law, so she wanted me to finish and, go to law school. I finished for university, but like law school, I haven't done that. So she wanted me to go to law school and, do a 9 to 5. And I was like...
What made her come to that realization?
She parents be a little bit old school. She was like, it would help you in some sort of way, organization, structure, experience. You would need it, maybe. But I was like, Mommy, your picking no be like that too. I'm very, I don't know what the word. I can't follow like the straight line. I can't do it. So one day she came to the realization after watching me music, and she was like, yeah, a 9 to 5 will be the end of you. So I'm glad she understood that, yeah, I'm not meant for a 9 to 5. I would do well because I'm a very dedicated person and I do very well whenever I'm given, but like, it would be torture.
Yeah, but she was also that she was also prioritizing her own understanding of safety.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's from a place of love. I get it. But like, we're the ones that will take the risk and make them understand why. We have to show the workings.
Yeah.
So.
How does she interact with your endeavors now?
Oh, she's always been on board. My mom was a big supporter when I was a kid. Like since I was like 6, I think 6, 7. I have interest in playing the piano. She bought a keyboard for me. I want to join choir. She took me there all the time. She was there for every single event of me singing. You understand? I had like competitions I went for. I did solo performances, did with the choir. She was there always. So my mom is my biggest supporter at the end of the day. So I think it was just that safety and prioritizing safety that she was just thinking of like, oh, what if music doesn't work? You know, I get it. You understand? But like, I just understand the timing of it. So I need to do it now. I have no problem finishing law, but like, I know that my time is now. Time is going. I need to do it now. You understand? Thank God I've done the degree.
Yeah.
I can go back if I want to, but like, music is now. So yeah, she's always been supportive. She came for my last listening.
Yeah.
She didn't come for this one because, club things. Yeah, but she came for my last listening. Yeah, and my brother played.
A very disingenuous daughter.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, no worry. I think my brother played the music for her this morning. I wasn't with her, and he was like, she removed her glasses to hear better. I was like, bro, she feel am, bro. And I saw her this morning, and she
nice.
hugged me. She was like, wow, your music has grown. You're getting really comfortable in your sound. I was like, mommy. Thank you, mom.
I can feel it for you right now. It's so warm.
Yeah. So my mom is shout out to my mom, man. She don't try.
Yeah.
I just put her in horrible situations because of music when I was smaller.
Yeah, you almost broke her heart.
No, like they would want, because some of these competitions you have to pay something to buy, let's say, a fit that would match, and we didn't have money. Like we really didn't have money. Like it was bad. We were really on scrapes. So buying even the smallest thing is an inconvenience because we're trying to eat, and I would stubbornly go and do it. And she'd be like, don't enter at this time, don't enter. I don't have money this particular time. Enter the next time. But I will still go because I like it.
Yeah.
And when they really need me, they put me in this part and this part and this part, soprano, alto, and they really need me. If I go, it will be a detriment to them. I'll not be like, mommy, we need to pay for something. And then she'll be like, and then she'll find the money. She'll find it. So, yeah. And I will give up. Give up.
You can't.
Nah,
it's not a possibility. Knowing the amount of sacrifice that have gone into all of this, you bear the hopes and dreams of people. What do you want from yourself out of all of this? Well, when you think about, I don't know if there's an end, but like an end to your existence, maybe. What would you want to have carried with you?
Ooh, impact. I said this yesterday. I feel like I have the responsibility to impact people positively. And that's why a lot of my songs they're a certain way. They're almost always a certain way. Yeah. I want to impact people. And not just musically. Music will be the starting point, it will be the stage for me to get to other places, because I'm very, very creative, and not just in terms of sonics, in terms of fashion, in terms of a lot of things I put my mind to. If you just let me be, I will show you that there is a space for me, and however I do it. So there's so many ways I want to impact people, even when it comes to something like human rights.
Yeah,
I really, you know how I feel about politics. Also human rights, because there are people suffering. I really feel for people, and I feel like when you are up there, you have some level of influence, you have followers, you have people that know your name, that listen to you, that take what you say personally. You have some responsibility, and you can affect change.
Sure.
Even if it's just a little bit. I feel like I can do that. I want to have helped people really, that's one of the top things. And I don't mind if it's not music. I just want to leave my footprints in the sands of time in a good way.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you've done that. You've done that. You're doing that, and you're still doing that. So I'm looking forward to all of this. So where your Kaution EP is out.
Yes, it is.
We can get it on all streaming platforms.
Of course.
Apple, Spotify,
Everything.
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 Yeah, amazing. I think we've done let's wrap it up. It's good to meet you, Kold. This has been good.
This is amazing. This was fun. We're gisting.
Yes,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you guys. This is Kold AF, singer-songwriter, soon to be superstar. You will listen to this and watch this again and be like, thank you.